Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yogam. So far, Lord Shri Krishna, mainly in the 13th Sloka, explained about what is the samsara and what is the cause of samsara. Samsara means who sees the finite and not able to recognize the infinite, and because of that he wants to fulfill his desire about the peace, happiness and security by accomplishing the finite things. So getting depression, disappointment and dejection by searching for his peace, happiness, security in the finite world is called samsara. Now after saying that, from 13th shloka onwards up to the 19th shloka, Bhagavan given the remedy for it as the bhakti. If a person having the devotion on me, that is, which I am infinite, so naturally he is also able to recognize the infinite, his own self. And while telling about this bhakti, the devotion is the remedy for samsara, Lord brought out about the 4 types of devotees. Artha Bhaktah, Artharthi Bhaktah, Jignasu Bhaktah and Gnani Bhaktah. And first of all, Arjuna, to get a devotion on me itself is very difficult. Very difficult. Manushyanam Sahasreshu. And not only that, all these 4 of them are worshipping me. That is good. I like and love them, but still I will tell you, among these 4, the Gnani is the supreme most. And I love the Gnani most. And there is no difference for Gnani and me. Gnani tu Atmaiva me matam. So like this, after telling about the 4 types of devotees and praising the Gnani devotee among them, then Bhagavan, after that, from 20th shloka onwards, what is the drawback in these first 3 people and why I am praising only the Gnani? That is, the Artha Bhaktah, Jignasu Bhaktah and Artharthi Bhaktah. To say in another words, these 3 people are worshipping me for dharma, artha and kama, which are finite, which have got their limitation. So dharma, artha, kama seeking people they will show the bhakti that is Sakama Bhakti. Now, from 20th Sloka, Bhagavan started telling about the benefits of this Sakama Bhakti. See, not having any bhakti, this is much better, is having Sakama Bhakti. And this Sakama Bhaktas will worship the different gods, Anya Devataha. That means the finite gods. Rather, worshipping me, the infinite God, they worship the finite God. Parichinna Devata Rupam, they worship to fulfill their desires. Okay, nothing wrong, but they will get the phalam of their Sakama Bhakti by worshipping those different gods. I fulfill their desires through those gods. Being I am the infinite Ishvara and I am the Sarvagnaha, I am the all pervading, I fulfill their desires through different gods whom they are worshipping. Now, here, finite God or infinite God, there will be like that? Yes. But the finite and infinite decided by me, decided by us. If I see the Shiva as the infinite God, I can invoke the infinite in him. But when it comes to the Saguna Sakara Bhakti, it is automatically it becomes the finite. Because infinite means Anantam, and that Ananta is Sarvavyapi. That's why many of these Ashtottara Namas or Sahasra Namas, even though it belongs to the Shiva or it belongs to the Vishnu, it belongs to Devi, but you will see some names, Namas are like this: Om Anantaya Namaha, okay? Om Sarvantaryamine Namaha. So Sarvantaryami Anantaha cannot be two people. Two cannot be. Two Anantas cannot be. Anantam means only one. And Sarvantaryami should be only one. So the finite, when you are giving the name and form and confined to that, and that name and form are came into existence in a particular time. So when they came in a particular time, they disappear in a particular time. So the finite or infinite aspect to give to that particular God is my choice. My choice. Therefore, if I love and worship the Lord Krishna, so Krishna is should be taken as the infinite. But these Sakama Bhaktas won't take like that. Sakama Bhaktas. So they limit themselves to that limited form, the form which has born in a particular place and in a particular time, and which disappeared also in a particular time. So naturally, which appears and disappears is finite. But by depending on the finite, and even though you get fulfilled your desires through those gods, but they are not permanent. So from 20th to 23rd Sloka, Bhagavan tells first about the positive aspect or the benefits of the Sakama Bhakti. And in that we saw up to 22nd Shloka. What he said in 22nd Shloka? Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktaha Tasyaradhanamihate Labhate cha tatah kaman Mayeva Vihitan Hitan. Even they are worshipping, they are showing their devotion to those different gods, and their devotion, their shraddha on that particular god, and whatever they are getting, they will get full, their kamas will be fulfilled. Kama means the end of the desire. It is not a desire, the end of the desire. What they desired and that accomplishment of that particular thing, that all I am only giving to them. I am only giving to them, even though I know that it is only a finite. But what to do? They are asking that. I am not giving. And I am having two pockets, and I always keep my hands in the two pockets and be ready whenever the devotee comes. If he asks about the Shreyas, I will give the moksha. If he asks only about the prayers, and I will give the material benefits. So material prosperity will be there in the Sakama Bhakti, but there is a stagnation for the spiritual development. No downfall, stagnation. If a person do the Nishiddha karma, he will, it is a downfall from the spiritual ladder. Who do the Nishiddha karma, Papa karma, naturally it is a downfall for him. And whoever do the uh, Sakama karma, there is a stagnation, but there is no downfall. Therefore, Lord here speaks like as he is encouraging, let them have this Sakama Bhakti, because having the Bhakti without Bhakti is much better. To be as a Astika is much better, because it is Astika, the Sakama Bhakta, he never do adharmic karyas. He never do the papam. So naturally, but he won't fall down, but he won't progress also spiritually. There is a spiritual stagnation. So these are the benefits, and I am only fulfilling those desires through different gods. As like no, suppose a courier or postman comes and delivers something to the opposite house. And why he is not delivering to me? Because I didn't receive. Who sent? It is a postman choice? No. Somebody sent from America, London, or some other Delhi. So the sender is there, and in between it comes through the postman. So like that, these gods are like the postman which they bring and give to us. So in this way, if Sakama Karma, there is a stagnation. And then if Nishkama Karma is done, Nishkama Bhakti, naturally you are progressed spiritually. Nishkama Bhakti gives the Gnanam. Nishkama Bhakti gives the Shreyas to you. Nishkama Bhakti will give the moksha, because it prepares you for Gnanam, and that Gnanam gives the moksha. Now, after telling in 20, 21st and 22nd shlokas about the Sakama Bhakti's benefits, now Bhagavan is going to highlight what is the defects of this Sakama Bhakti. So from 23rd shloka onwards, he tells another three shlokas, the Sakama Bhakti and the desires which they are desiring, the material benefits, they are not shashvatam, they are not permanent. Not knowing that they are asking and seeking for that finite things. And therefore, they never get the permanent peace or permanent happiness or permanent security by depending on the finite things. Now let us read the 23rd shloka. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavatyalpate medhasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Now, in this shloka, Bhagavan telling, see, these are the defects of the Sakama Bhakti. Whatever they are doing, dosham is there. They are antavantaha. Really speaking, their phalam is tesham phalam antavat tu. It is one day the phalam gets over. When as long as your punyam is there, that punyam gives the particular higher lokas and all that. Then that sakama bhakti gives, fulfills either uh, desires of this world or ihaloka or paraloka. But remember, they are not shashvatam. They are temporary. Because you ask for the only temporary thing. And that sakama bhakti fulfill the only kama. You didn't ask for the Suddha Bhakti or Gnana Bhakti. So, Tesham Phalam Antavat. Therefore, who seeks this? Tat Bhavati Alpamedasam. Those who having the poor discrimination power, poor Viveka Gnanam, Alpa Pragnanam. So, they, because they don't know there is a drawback, there is a limitation, and not knowing that, not able to discriminate, they are attracted only to the finite results. Therefore, they get that kind of phalam. And they are antavad bhavati. Every antavad bhavati. They are indeed finite. But still, this avivekinaha, those who are not having discriminate power, they ask and seek for that. Therefore, what will happen to them? Tesham alpamedasam devayajaha yanti devan. The worshippers of the different gods will be attaining those gods. Attaining those gods means here, gods means, Shankara says another meaning also we can take here, our indriyas itself is preceded by gods. What for I seek this, what for I seek that, because for my gratification of the senses. And each sense organ has preceded by the different god. So even if you take in that meaning also, so they are working hard for this. Okay, they struggle for this sakama bhakti also, because whenever it is told anything sakama bhakti, then you will decide and do the sankalpa, and naturally there are so many rules and regulations, and you have to fulfill all those rules and regulations to this particular god on this particular day, this particular cloth, and this particular naivedyam, and all these things are many told like that. Okay? For every sakama bhakti, upasana, or the karma which you do in the name of the different gods, all they have got so many restrictions, vidhi-nishedhas. So all that to practice and follow, it is very difficult actually, but they do. And if they do correctly as prescribed, they will get the phalam. Even though, so they are worshipped, they get and fulfill their desire through those gods. But who seeks me, here Bhagavan presents himself, Krishna, as the infinite. According in this context in Bhagavad Gita, here Bhagavan Krishna is the infinite. And if you take the Shiva Purana and the Shiva Bhakta who takes that, for him, he should take as infinite, but they take as a finite God only. Now, according to this Bhagavad Gita, here Krishna is the infinite, then naturally Shiva, Devi, Ganapati, all they become finite gods. Finite gods. So here Bhagavan says that if they do the worship of those devas, Deva Yajaha, Yanti Devan, they attain that particular lokas or particular desires fulfilled by them. But Madbhaktaha, whoever worships me, here when Lord said Madbhaktaha, me, I am the infinite Ishvara. And they come to me, Mamapi Yanti. They come to me only. Now, going to Krishna or going to Rama, which is superior, you should not get that doubt. Here, Krishna talking and keeping himself in the uh, pedestal of the infinite Lord. And attaining me means here what? Going to Golokam? Going to Vaikuntham? No. It is moksha. It is moksha. It is Jivatma Paramatma Aikya Gnanam. After getting that Gnanam, to get that Gnanam, they have to seek the infinite only. Because in infinite only, the perfect Purna Sukham, Purna Anandam, Purna Santosham, Purna Rakshana is there. So here Bhagavan said like that. So the drawback is in these material gains and the benefits, whichever you ask for any material benefit, all those benefits are antavantaha. They have got a limitation. The phalam, after some time, they will anything, because if you see that material benefits, particularly you say the wealth, how long the wealth the person is able to, we don't know when the wealth comes, just it goes within one night, it may disappear. So like that, wealth also goes away. And if you seek your family, children and all that, how long they will be there? Temporary only. Or you ask for the health. How long a person can be healthy? One day old age has to come and the body will die. So everything looks temporary here. And how long you run behind these temporary things and struggling, because uh, ultimately it leaves you in misery. Yes or no? This viveka is not there in them, alpamedasaha. That's why they go to them. Now, in this shloka, by saying, Lord, antavantaha, We have to little bit think about this point. They're having the limitation end. And in any material gain, material prosperity, there are four defects, doshas are there. This we have discussed in some other context, either in the Upanishad class or in the Gita itself. What are those four? It is very good to recollect them. One is dukkha mishritatvam. Whatever you are trying to get and you got it, but it is a mixture of the dukkha. There is a sorrow, there is a suffering, there is a struggle, and that dukkha also three levels. Uh, Again, we can divide and see what one is: accomplishing pain, arjana dukkham, and then rakshana dukkham, retaining pain, sorrow, and vyaya or nashana dukkham, spending or losing dukkham. So three places, from three aspects you are getting the dukkham. It is not easy to get earn the money, how much the person struggles, and arjana dukkham, rakshana dukkham, and vyaya dukkham. So dukkha mishritatvam. We have to see this. That is what Lord wants to say. Not only that, there is always a atruptikaratvam, dissatisfaction. How much you get, but still the person is dissatisfied, not having the trupti, contentment it won't give. For example, a rich person, he wants to become still rich, or he has to maintain that richness. So you don't want to go down from that world number one richest person. And for that he keep on struggle, he have to strive. So arjana dukkham is there. So atruptikaratvam. Ultimately, no one say that, okay, enough of it, I am content. No, that content won't come. In the material desires, more and more you gratify your senses, more and more the senses will crave. Yes, because it is like the fire. Once you put a fuel in the fire wants more and more, it consumes more and more, because the flame becomes more and it eats and swallows more fuel. It is like that. Therefore, atruptikaratvam. And third is bandhakatvam. It binds you. It makes you a slave. It makes you addiction to it. Bandhakatvam. Now, I had a property and I have attachment to that property. The bandhakatvam to the possessions and relations. Altogether, if you want to put in two headings, possessions and relations. What we call them generally? Wet garbage and dry garbage. So, bandhakatvam, your mind is becomes anxious, constantly think about it, worry about it, and it becomes restless many times. And there, where is the time for the mind to think about the infinite and to seek for the moksha? Where is the time for Shravanam? Where is the time for Mananam, Nididhyasanam? All these things will go because of Bandhakatva. Many retired old people, they feel and mentally, when children left them, they feel lonely. They will feel fear and discontentment, helplessness, because you are more depending on the finite things. The finite things will perish. So they never be permanent. So bandhagatam. So what is the fourth one finally? Now you understand agama payatvam. They come, they go. They come and go. So, whatever comes has to go. This is the law. Your body has come, it has to go. Your children, your family, your wife, your wealth, your health, everything goes. Are you ready to accept this when you are losing them? But we struggle again to hold on to this finite, temporary, material things, including our body. So Lord pointed out these things here in this sloka, and so the struggle is same. Okay, but instead of struggling for this, why they can't struggle and strive for the moksha, liberation? I am ready to give. I am ready to give the shreyas for you. But you ask, unless you ask, how can I give? Sometimes people will tell that Lord gives me, knows what I want. Lord, if He wants to give, He will give moksha only. Because He wants every jiva to recognize their essential nature and get moksha. If that is the case, why the Shastra prescribes this sankalpa? Because you have to say what you want. God won't decide. If you say God will knows and I don't want anything except the God, then it is a nishkama bhakti. But majority of the people in devotion, they do sakama bhakti. So they take sankalpa. I am doing this particular puja for this purpose. So because you have to decide what you want, Lord won't decide. Okay, He is just ready to give and whatever. So if you are seeking the finite, finite things will come. If you seek the infinite, infinite will come. But why the people are not able to seek this infinite me? The reason is Lord feels again little. It is like first Shastra, all this, the first three shlokas, 20, 21st, 22nd. It is like an advertisement. In advertisement, if you see, they put a whatever you are getting and these benefits and all that in a big letters, and put it in the bottom some corner small letters, terms and conditions will apply. For example, nowadays I don't know, on the cigarette packets or cigarette advertisements. Nowadays, I think advertisements also stop on that packet cigarette. So they'll put in a big letters, every puff is a promise. But in the bottom down, they mention cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Yes. So like that, Karma Kanda Purva Bhaga of the Veda tells about you do this, you will get that, you will do this, you will go to that loka. All those things are all told in a very big manner, and many people are gets attracted, and many lives like that they are going again in this cycle of samsara, punarapi jananam puranapi maranam. By nishkama bhakti no one will attain the God. Sorry, sakama bhakti. By sakama bhakti no one will attain the God or moksha. You are again born maybe as a human being and here or some other world, you may get the some pleasures and your desires are fulfilled because sakama. So when the bhakti becomes nishkama only, you will get the liberation, freedom, moksha. You will escape from this cycle of this samsara, this birth and death, not otherwise. Now, so Lord feels Oh, what a loss. The people are running behind only the material desires and all that, even though they see that they are temporary and they are deceiving, they are disappearing, but still even they cry and suffer, but still they run behind them. Okay, and so what is the reason why they are not seeking for moksha, infinite? The reply comes in this next shloka, 24th shloka. अव्यक्तं व्यक्तिमापन्नं मन्यन्ते मामबुद्धयः परं भावमजानन्तः ममाव्ययमनुत्तमम्. The reason is this. In fact, the infinite, the consciousness, Brahman, Lord tells that me, I am. The Abuddhayaha, whom he told as the Alpamedasam, and Abuddhayaha, those who don't have the fools, it is like that. But Lord somewhat calling, and Upanishad goes one step further, Vimudha. In Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan one place, Vimudha nanu Pashyanti Gnana Chakshushaha, in 15th chapter. But Upanishad in many places, many times says Vimudha. That means the great fools, the deluded double fools. So, Abuddhayaha, who doesn't have this discrimination power, and Ajanantaha, not knowing, and what they don't know, Ajanantaha, why Ajanantaha? Abuddhayaha, no discrimination, never think or thought of it. Therefore, they don't know what? Avyaktam, unmanifest Avyaktam. That means the consciousness never manifests. Consciousness is all pervading. The self, Atma or Paramatma or Brahma, whichever you call, is all pervading, always present. That always, all words are meaningless actually from the standpoint of the Atma, consciousness. It is Avyaktam. So, Ajanantaha Mama Param Bhavam, my higher nature, my Para Prakriti. They know only Apara Prakriti and they consider me also and things that they are interested in worshipping me and want to see me in the Apara Prakriti level. In Apara Prakriti level, all the Rupams, all the names and time, Desha, Kala and limitations comes. But Atma, as Atma, if you take as the Krishna as the Apara Prakriti, then he born one day and he also uh, mm, he has got the childhood and middle age and later grihastha and all that. He also left the body. So this is Apara Prakriti they are taking. So my Parambhavam, my supreme nature, is that Param, my higher nature, not knowing that this Avivekinaha, they, what is my Parambhav, which is changeless, Avyaktam. Here Avyaktam means Aprakasham. Here Aprakasha means never born or never dies and changeless also. And not only that, it is Anuttamam, Uttamam and Anuttamam. That means Niratishayam. What is Niratishayam? Means unsurpassed. There is nothing beyond that. There is nothing greater than that. There is nothing to talk about anything which is great and beyond. That's why it is Anuttamam and Avyaktam. Uh, Such my nature, Parambhavam, infinite nature, this Abuddhayaha, what they think, Manyante, they consider and they think in this way, Mam, Avyaktam, Apannam, I have manifested. What is manifested? Apara Prakriti, all manifestation. So, Avatara also is not total and it is avatara itself means there is no question of Purna avatara and this avatara, that avatara. If you say it is avatarati, avatara means limited, means becomes finite. But you have to recognize that what is that para prakriti or the nature of the avyaktam, but they consider me avyaktam vyaktim apannam, as though I born, as though I lived, as though I did this. All this is as though, as though. Why this? Because abuddhaya. They never go to the shastra, they never go to the teacher, they never ready to listen. Who are these Abudaya, Avivekinaha? We can put them in four categories, three categories. Buddhiman is different. Abuddhayaha, who doesn't have the discrimination power. One way, Abuddhaya means whose door of the heart is closed. That means who refuses to understand, who refuses to understand. One category. The second is unable to understand. Second category is who are unable to understand. Or we can put this as the first. So those who don't bother at all to understand, we'll put them as in the first category. First one means least category. Who don't bother at all to understand. Then second is who refuses to understand. Okay, at least some came to understand, but unable to understand. Then who is the real Buddhiman who understands at once by listening to the words of the Lord or the Shastra? They are called Buddhiman. But here Bhagavan talking about the Abuddhayaha, Ajanantaha. They never try to understand, think about, yes, there is a unchanging principle, consciousness, that is Sat Chit Anandam. Whatever is appearing in every body, through everybody expressing, that consciousness is absolutely, there is no difference for the in expression, the upadhi level, the samashti upadhi Ishvara and veshti upadhi Jiva, upadhis are different, but the veshti and samashti are nothing but the consciousness only. There is no difference at all. So this not understood, but they think in a reverse way. I am victim apannam. I am assumed. I took the form form and name and form are only an illusion. Name and form are illusion and not permanent. But who is the supporter of this name and form? Is that Adhishtanam support will have any change at any time? No, but they don't try to understand that. Krishna, Ishvara came, took avatara and came. When Krishna avatara is going on, how many people in and around Krishna are understood about the Krishna and considering him as the supreme person or infinite God is beyond this Namarupa. Nobody except only few devotees like the gopis are also in the beginning. They so much become miserable by depending on this finite Namarupa Krishna Shariram. But finally, after long time later, they realized their bhakti becomes now Gnana Bhakti, Gnana Sahita Bhakti, that only relieved them from their suffering. Otherwise, they are always crying and Krishna left us, where are you, when you will come again, all this. But they are devotees. And Arjuna also is a strongly depending and believing the Krishna because he is a good friend and maternal uncle, but nobody is not able to understand that total the godhood or the supreme personality or the consciousness is itself is talking here by taking the form. But they give importance to the form and name, but forgetting the inner essence. So in this way, nobody is not accepted. Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, so many are there when Krishna. No? Only few of them, these Pandavas, all of them, Kunti, Uttara, they're all having a devotion on the Lord. But Purna Gnanam, all are not become the Gnani Bhaktas. They may have gone again to the Swarga or a different world and next maybe later. So therefore, this is the cause. And in 25th shloka, Bhagavan wants to say that what is the cause for this ignorance? Here Bhagavan told Abuddhayaha and Ajanantaha. Not knowing means ignorant. What is the cause of this ignorance? Bhagavan telling that also. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritah मूढोऽयं नाभिजानाति लोको मामजमव्ययम्. I am not able to reveal aham na prakashaha sarvasya. I am not evident, visible, understandable for the majority of the people. For majority of the sarvasya aham na prakashaha. Atma is there everywhere. There is nothing but the consciousness. But why the jivas and the many, these people are a majority, even in the name of devotion also. They still in the ignorance. Okay? Because of the Maya. Yoga Maya Samavrataha. Here, Yoga Maya, that means Yoga Maya Samavrataha means they were veiled by, covered by, their intellect is covered by this Yoga Maya. Here Yoga Maya, Yoga word is used here is a combination, which is the combination of the three gunas. Because of the gunas together, sattva, rajas, tamo guna, trigunatmika maya. So, associated with the gunas is called yoga maya. Yoga means union, association with what? Gunas. So, yoga maya. Because of that prakriti maya gunas, which is the inner essential nature of the maya, because of that, I am not evident for to all. Even though I am present everywhere, but I am not evident to all. Okay? Therefore, they were all sarvasya moodaha ayam lokaha. The entire world majority are being deluded by this ignorance or the power of the Maya. Ayam lokaha, this world. Na abhijanati. This is the cause, the ignorance, primal ignorance. Okay? Mula vidya. Mula avidya, mula vidya. And it won't allow their intellect to understand this. They were not able to na abhijanati. They does not know me, mom. Who is me? I am Ajam and Avyayam. I am birthless. Ajam. And not only that, therefore I am deathless. Because there is no birth, there is no question of death. But death word is not used. Avyaya means decrease, diminishing. The diminishing decrease shows the leads to death, no? But that is not that. That means Atma Bhavena, Chaitanya Rupena, Brahma Rupena, Aham Sarvada Asti. Aham Sarvada Asmi. He, Bhagavan tells here singular person, first person, me, birthless. So if he is birthless, then naturally the Sharirams and Jivas are also birthless only. If they take from the standpoint of the Chaitanyam, but due to this ignorance, we consider that we have the birth and we have the death and old age and all these things is a delusion. Wheeling power and projecting power of this Maya two are functioning here. Therefore, this is the problem. Aham ajam avyayam mam na avijanati ayam lokaha moodaha sarvasya yogamaya samavrutaha. So in this way, this is the reason. Now what to do? That's why in the beginning itself, before the 13th sloka, Bhagavan said, भूमिरापो नलो वायुः कं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहङ्कारमिति यं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टदा दैवी हेषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यय मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते. Whoever comes to me, here comes to me means whoever try to understand through the teaching of the Guru the supreme consciousness, Sat Chit Anandam, Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, which doesn't have the birth or the death, that is the essential nature of me. Means here that me, if I say by myself to myself, is I am also birthless, but not from the standpoint of the body, from the standpoint of the Atma consciousness. But they doesn't know this, and in this way, in the 26th shloka, one doubt is clarified, unknown hidden doubt. Now the question is, Actually, the Maya is the inner potential power of the Ishvara. And if the Maya is not deluding the Ishvara, how come and why should the Maya should delude these jivas? Arjuna, you may have got doubt, this kind of doubt. I will clarify. I will clarify. What is it? Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. Here Bhagavan telling that my inner potential power Maya cannot never deludes me. I am having a full knowledge. I am a Sarvagnaha. Therefore, that Maya even it's playing because of me and projecting, wheeling, everything, but it never deludes me. Shankara writes in the Bhashya how as like the magician, Mayavi, the Indrajalaka, who shows the magic, that magician will get deluded by his own magic. But who are all seeing, the audience all will get deluded by seeing his magic. Same way, the magic showed by the magician can never delude the magician, but it deludes all others. Yes, in the same way, Maya doesn't delude me. And therefore, and not only that, I know, I know the past history of all the jivas, samatitani, vartamanani, bhavishyani cha bhutani. About all the jivarasis, their karma, their everything, all whichever all the jivas came in the past and living in the present and going to come in future. I know about all of them, being I am Sarvagnaha. But Mam tu na kaschana Veda. But no one, okay, one means here not number one, anyone. Nobody is not able to know me actually. That means there is no choice of knowing. Yes, there is a way. When you identify yourself with the Supreme Consciousness Paramatma and drop the Jiva Bhava by Mahavakya Vicharana, Lakshartha and Vachartha by analysis from the Guru, the teaching of the Guru, Mahavakya Upadeshena, you also will get this Gnanam and recognize yourself as the Atma self. And there is no Paratma and Jivatma. This Parama and Jiva words, you remove them, and what is there is only Atma. So therefore, that means here what Bhagavan telling, why he is talking about the past, present and future. That means I am the Atma beyond the time. And being beyond the time I am already told in the above sloka, I am birthless. Therefore, I have no any death also. That means birth will take place in a particular place on a particular day. Krishna Ashtami, Rama Navami. I am like that? No. From the conscious Paramarthika level standpoint, I am ever present. I am Purnaha. But this is not known by anybody except the Gnani. Later he is going to come to that. But here he is just telling, see, these are the drawbacks. Only by doing the Sakama Bhakti, these benefits they may get. But again, they will have misery, crying, and samsara, disappointment, depression, competition, enviness. All these things will continue. Even Indra Padavi also, one day Indra has to uh, finish his post everything and he has to come again back to the Bhuloka. And then he has to somehow one day or other has to get the Guru who teaches the Atmagnanam, Tattvopadesham. Then through that only the Jiva, who is not really Jiva, can attain that. But that point is not told. He is just mentioned in this 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. These are the drawbacks. Now, what is the remedy? How to come out of it? That all Lord will tell later. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हरि ओम तत्सत्